What is up, party people? This is Justin Langlois with Sterling Properties and Sterling Investment Advisors, sending you an update with our July 2020 newsletter. Wanted to kind of bring people up to speed, let them know what we're seeing. The end of the second quarter and the beginning of this third quarter is complete opposite of what we experienced earlier on in the year as a result of COVID-19. What we're seeing right now is we're on pace to have a banner year. 1031 activity is very, very strong with the extended deadline of July 15th, which comes up next week. And investor sentiment, it appears to have changed for specific asset classes. Multifamily, industrial, logistics, as well as single tenant net leased retail and grocery anchored retail are all performing very well. We've got a few things that we wanted to share with you that we've been tracking, some that we've actually been working on. So to start it off, Marty Meyer, our CEO, he's been working with ICSC. They've got a task force right now that's being led by Van Taylor, who is a congressman from Texas. Van leads a group of about 100 congressmen and congresswomen across the country that are leading for some sort of reprieve or reform for borrowers that have CMBS loans. So these are commercial mortgage-backed securities. Most of these borrowers received zero by way of debt relief. So it's very important not only for the communities that we live and serve, but it's very important to understand that, over almost 19% of hotels with CMBS debt are in default. 10% of retail loans with CMBS debt are also in default. And a total of about 7+% of CMBS debt is in default. So these are the buildings that we work out of, the hotels that we visit, and they're also the retail centers that we frequent when we support small business. The second thing is the Gensler Report that came out earlier this month. It was actually last month. And what Gensler did was they surveyed folks that are working at home, working at the office, to try to figure out what the attitude was like, what the opinions were like for those working at home. They discovered that only 12% of the people that they polled actually wanted to continue working at home on a full-time basis. The vast majority wanted to work at the office 3 to 4 days a week. I'm representative of that vast majority. I've got 4 little kids at home, and we all know how difficult it is and distracting it is. Older workers, so the older workforce, not your millennials and not your Gen Z, those were the folks in the report that actually felt the most comfortable working at home. Kind of the opposite of what a lot of us think, but they felt like they could get more accomplished. They had direction, probably because they've been doing it for a much longer time, and there were fewer distractions. So very interesting report. If you'd like a copy of it, let us know and we'll send you an email. The last thing that we've been tracking is the residential pending home sale. So this is a metric that in the commercial real estate world and in the investment sales world, we look at every month, we look at it every quarter. We want to see what the month-to-month ratios look like. It tells us a lot. So right now, month-to-month pending contract sales, residential home sales, are at an all-time high. Since it's been tracked, I believe it began in 2001 when they started tracking it. What's important to know, what this data tells us, is consumer sentiment, consumer confidence is very high. People are very comfortable with their careers and the jobs that they have, knowing that they can make future mortgage payments. And low interest rates are keeping the mortgage industry alive and doing well. So those are just a few of the updates we wanted to share with you. We'd love to hear from you. Let us know if there's anything you need. And again, as a reminder, the 1031 deadline is July 15th, 2020. If you have a property you'd like to put in front of 1031 buyers, or maybe you're a 1031 buyer yourself looking to identify a property, we'd love to hear from you. Have a great day. Peace.